In a world ruled by giants, survival depended on strength, unity, and courage. Among the last dinosaurs to walk the earth stood a powerful defender. This is Triceratops. Time and place: Triceratops lived during the late Cretaceous period, around 68 million years ago. Its home was the vast forests and open plains of what is now North America. This was a land filled with danger, a world where only the strong survived. Every moment was a test, every rustle in the undergrowth a potential threat from a hungry predator. Triceratops was enormous. Size and shape, nearly 9 meters long, it stood as tall as a modern-day elephant and weighed over 10 tons. Its massive body was a statement of power and resilience. Every heavy step shook the ground beneath it, a rhythmic drumbeat announcing its presence to friend and foe alike. This was not a creature that hid from the world. It met the world head-on. Horns and frill, its most famous features were its 3 formidable horns and a massive bony frill at the back of its skull. One short horn sat above its beak, while 2 longer, deadlier horns extended above its eyes. These were not mere decorations for display. They were powerful weapons, a shield and spear built for defense in a deadly and unforgiving world, designed to pierce the hide of any attacker foolish enough to challenge it. Challengers: Triceratops lived in herds, finding safety in numbers. These groups were a moving fortress, a community bound by the shared instinct for survival. The powerful adults formed a protective circle around the vulnerable young, creating a living wall of horns and bone that faced outward against any approaching danger. Together, they faced the perils of their world as one. Enemies and battles. Even the mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex, the apex predator of this ancient land, had to be careful when approaching a Triceratops. A single misstep could be fatal. Fossil evidence shows deep bite marks on Triceratops' frills and healed wounds on their bones, clear proof of vicious battles. This was evidence that Triceratops fought back, and sometimes, against all odds, survived. Daily life. For the most part, days were spent peacefully grazing on the lush vegetation of the late Cretaceous. Triceratops used its sharp, parrot-like beak to cut through tough plants, cycads, and low-growing vegetation, grinding them down with its powerful cheek teeth. It was a peaceful giant, a herbivore content with its place in the ecosystem until threatened. Then, it would transform into a fearsome warrior. Family and care within the herd. The bond between mother and child was strong. Mothers protected their calves with great care, guiding them and shielding them from harm. Young Triceratops stayed close to their parents and the larger herd, watching and learning the ways of survival in a dangerous world. From the elders, they learned how to find food, sense danger, and stand their ground. End of an era. Around 66 million years ago, a massive asteroid struck Earth, changing the world forever. The sky darkened, and a devastating winter fell upon the planet. As the climate changed, the plants withered, and food disappeared. The age of dinosaurs, an era that had lasted for over 150 million years, came to a sudden and dramatic end. Legacy: Triceratops was not a hunter. It was not a predator that stalked the shadows. It was a guardian, a defender of its young and its herd. It was strong, fearless, unyielding. Though this magnificent creature is long extinct, its story of strength and survival endures. The legend of Triceratops, the ultimate defender, still lives on. We'll meet again in another dinosaur story.